think I can speak for the whole audience when I say that your speech was very inspiring to all of us. So there's a lot of questions that that the audience had, so we'll just get right into it. So the first one is, so what was your family's reaction to you getting the award of Sikh Businesswoman of the Year?
It was something out of this world. Nobody had expected that. But yes, my family had faith in me. So they, as I said, they've been strong pillars. And still today, they were also, even for today, they were excited. At that time also, they were very happy and excited and pushing me forward to achieve many more successes in the future.
I think there's a couple of questions related around like bias and your struggles in the workforce. So I guess one of them would be, so did you feel that being a Sikh woman hindered your success and like your job opportunities in the biotech industry?
I won't say being a Sikh woman, but yes, I have faced the discrimination being an Indian. And it was very obvious where even though I was having all the right skills, but was not given the opportunity. However, that did not let me down. It only helped me brushing my skills even better so that next time when there is an opportunity, then I can challenge the, the choice made by the company or whosoever is the decision maker.
So would you have like any like tips to give people right now that are listening, like what they should do if they feel like they're not getting the opportunities that they deserve just because of who they are?
I would say have patience and have faith in yourself, faith in your skills. I'm sure that if you're not being recognized today, there is a reason for that. There is always a reason for something. Maybe something good is waiting for you. Like in my case, of course, I was not able to get the promotion, but at the same time, I knew that I could, that was the opportunity where I could learn everything from scratch because the head of that function didn't come from a scientific background. So for me, it was also an opportunity to learn more and more and then be able to secure a better job. And I would say, please try to brush up your skills and try to learn as much as possible during those circumstances. And if you're not happy, the one mistake I did, because I was not belonging to this culture, first of all. Secondly, I was very young, not knowing what's going to happen. I did not say anything. I did not react against it. But please speak up. We have our right. We have a strong motivation to present ourselves. So I would suggest speak up to whatever wrong is happening or whatever bias you are facing.
Yeah, that's a good response. And I think that's something that all of us can take to heart and help in our job paths as well. So another question that we have is, so what's next for you? So like, what are you working on? And do you want to shed some light on like what the future plans and projects that you're looking at doing?
Right. So my consulting, as I said, it's already ongoing. And like any consulting company, we are serving the pharmaceutical companies. But as I said, Ashcure Pharma is not only a trading company. It started as a trading venture for me, but it's dedicated to my daughter, Ashveen Kauraliwalia. So she is my lucky charm, I would say. And she's the one who's always motivating me to achieve something. And right now the motivation I'm getting from her is that I should do something for Alzheimer's disease. The reason why she has chosen Alzheimer's is that she was watching something on the television where it was shown that patients with Alzheimer's, they don't remember anything. And then she asked me a question: if somebody has something like this, can they also forget their children? And that was a tough question for me. And there are two disease areas which are very close to my heart. One is the CNS, whereby we have Parkinson's, we have Alzheimer's. And then the other one is oncology, which is the cancer field. And these are very, very important to me because I lost my maternal grandfather because of these areas. And these are my focus areas for my future through Ashcure, whereby I would like to work in these areas to develop something for the really the patients who really need some improvement in those areas. Claiming a treatment would be rather difficult at this moment in time. At least improving some of the disabilities that are being faced by these patients. I've seen it very closely, and that is what is motivating for me to do something in memory of those I've lost, my dear ones, and that's my next venture.
Mm-hmm. I think a question that
I would like to add, right now, what I'm doing in order to bring those therapies here is I'm working on medicinal cannabis. And that's one of the areas which I would like to also focus, considering the CNS areas. And working in Europe, it's a very regulated industry, as you would understand. Working closely with the European Commission and the European Medicines Agency is something that I've done recently in a similar therapeutic area. And I would like to focus more on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think a question that everyone has is how do you balance your career as well as your family life? Because your career is very accomplished. And so how do you strike that proper balance between different aspects of your life?
It's a very good question. Thank you very much. But I would also admit that the motivational forces are within my own family, my daughter and my husband. So they give me all the right opportunities in terms of taking care of some of the obligations. But at the same time, I'm looking at them. They feel so proud of me being recognized and achieving something in life. And as I just mentioned, my daughter is the one who's really suggesting me to focus in one area. So it makes me feel happy that she's only 9 years old, but she's already into it. And she knows that what I'm doing is ultimately maybe she will have to carry further. Right now, I'm not forcing anything on her, but yes, that's something for future. But yes, I do work very long hours because I want to make this a reality. At the same time, I do take my personal relationships very seriously, and I'm also a very homemaker and a very concerned, caring person at home. I do spend a lot of time with my family. If I'm traveling for work, then I do make it an opportunity that they travel with me so that we can spend family time together, not only the working time. That way I'm able to also have more time with them. And now I've made this office of mine just next door to my home, and so that I'm able to go in and out of my home and not very far away. So this is my way of working and balancing my personal and professional life.
Yeah, also a supportive family is very important from the looks of it. Yeah.
Indeed.
And so there's a couple of questions kind of based on whether you plan on starting some sort of project to help people in Punjab who are girls or other young professionals in Punjab who are trying to also start up similar companies to you or like similar career paths. So do you have anything in plan to help communities like that?
Yes, just recently I've been discussing with one of the universities in Punjab, since the vice chancellor of the university is my professor from my college days. So together we are discussing about some of the initiatives where girls or Punjabis as such. I don't want to classify just girls because Punjab is known for everyone, girls and boys equal. And so I would certainly like to contribute something towards Punjabis living in Punjab. But at the same time, I do invite them to reach out to me. If I'm not able to reach out to them because I may not know all the right channels to reach out to them. But yes, I would certainly like to reach out to them and offer them an opportunity to learn and grow. As I said, when I was studying, the only area where I could see myself being pushed into after finishing my master's would be either to be a lecturer, professor, teacher, or a scientist. And I never wanted to be any of these. So I started biotechnology the very first year it was started. But now I do understand the need. And at least one thing I would like to if I could get a right support also, is to initiate some sort of educational line whereby uniting them with Europe as well. I've been talking to one of the universities here because I I know the industry here, the educational sector here. If I could bring something into Punjab from Europe, and also that would allow them to have a better career opportunities, that's my also ambition related to something related to pharma industry.
Yeah. And then one final question. This seems just a more of a general question. So how large is like the Sikh/Punjabi community in the Netherlands? Just for people who are curious.
Right. Not too many. I live in Amsterdam as such. Of course, you would have the expats coming in and out, but as such, the residents living here, it's not very big. It would be very difficult for me to give a precise number because the numbers never stand, intact in place as such. But the area where I live in, there are only 2 Sikh families. And then there are in the neighborhood areas, there are some Sikh families, but I'm not very well acquainted. But at the main, at the most, I hear 1,000 or 2,000 would be the number. Not much, not as England. There are more families elsewhere, but not in Netherlands.
Well, thank you so much, Parminder Kaur, for taking the time out of your busy day to come and speak to us today. I think everyone can agree that we're all going to be looking forward to your future endeavors and projects with great keen interest, and we hope that you the best.
Thank you very much. I appreciate a lot that you invited me over to share my thoughts, my journey. And once again, Sat Sri Akal to everybody.